I tried to run away from my anxiety and pain for 6 years of my life, and I escaped into video games and porn and instant gratification. But after some time I finally woke up and I understood that I have to do something else. And in this video I will tell you what that single thing was that you can implement in your life today to finally cure your anxiety. And in case you don't know me, I'm Marlon, I'm 18 years old, and this is my way to communicate with the world and share what I've learned along my journey facing anxiety and the generalized anxiety disorder and traumata. And I try to help students to improve their mindset, productivity, and mental health. Right, so let's get into it. Like I said, for 6 years of my life, I just tried to run away from pain. I got bullied at school and I got traumatized. I got pushed around, people were spitting at me, and it was just like a very unpleasant experience. You know, teachers were like shouting at me, my parents were disappointed in me, I constantly wrote bad grades, and I felt really sad because of that. So when I got home, I just ran upstairs, crawled into my bed and cried, and I was talking to my teddy bear for a very long time. Like, remember, I was like 10, 11, 12 years old, so I'm not doing that anymore. And then I just turned on my PlayStation, I turned the button, I hear the little beep sound of my PlayStation, and I grab my controller and I start to play video games for like 8 hours a day. After some time I got quite good at it, and I was playing in like professional teams, but I was always like a very bad and negative human to be around, because I had so much anxiety and insecurities inside of me, and I just reflected them into the world and was behaving in a negative way towards my teammates, and I was reflecting my insecurities onto them, which is not a good thing. And because of all of these bad habits, and I was also obese and eating crisps all of the time when I was playing video games, I eventually got worse. Like, the habits that I did made me a worse human being, and I was really down bad. And one day I was thinking about killing myself, and I went onto Google and I typed into the search bar, easy ways to kill yourself without pain. I clicked on a couple of Reddit forums, I clicked on a couple of posts, and then something clicked in my mind. All of this time I've been running away from anxiety. All of this time I've been running away from pain, trying to distract myself, trying to numb myself with video games, with porn, with junk food, which just made my initial situation worse. And back then I thought that video games and porn are good. Because you really have to understand me, right? When I was playing video games and porn, I didn't feel anxious. Well, at least I was distracted, and I didn't feel the feeling as much as if I would sit and do nothing. I thought video games and porn are the cure to my anxiety. For 6 years of my life. After I finally understood that those things were the things that made me anxious in the first place. Because think about it, what happens when you experience anxiety? You overthink, you have so much energy inside of you. And when we think about it from a primal perspective, anxiety is a good feeling. It's a feeling to protect yourself, it's a feeling to be ready and fight, or to flight, or to freeze. Like, think about it, 1,000 years ago, you were like hunting with your brothers, and you hear like a bear inside of like a bush. Of course you get anxious. You know, like the blood is shooting into your muscles, you're starting to overthink, you're starting to come up with solutions, you're ready to act, right? You're ready to fight, or you flight, or you freeze. And it's basically your body and mind just telling you, okay, please act, please do something. And that's not running away from this anxiety and indulging in bad addictions. That's not. Like, I know you're experiencing this feeling, you're feeling quite overwhelmed, and maybe you're paralyzed to act and you feel like a bit bad. Maybe you experience panic attacks and like excessive worry. I totally understand that. I'm living that every single day since 8 years of my life. And it might not even be your fault. Like, I couldn't control that I got bullied back then and that I got traumatized as a kid. But we can always control how we react to a situation. And you can decide to let anxiety ruin your life. It is your choice. But I started to wake up and I started to live a beautiful life despite my anxiety. I'm feeling anxious right now in this moment. People would call me crazy. I don't even think that the people that I'm speaking to about my anxiety believe me. I don't even believe myself that I'm feeling this way 24/7 since 8 years of my life. I don't even know what it's like to experience a normal life without anxiety, because this is my normal state. I don't know what it feels like to feel normal. But that is my secret advantage, and I've been using that all of the time to push me forward and push me forward and push me forward and go through transformations that most people can't even imagine. I was addicted to porn, addicted to video games. I was fat, I was ugly, I was completely lonely and suicidal. And the last 3 years I completely turned my life around. I went from fat to fit. I went from lonely and being a porn addict to having a girlfriend in a beautiful relationship. Tomorrow I'm together with her for 11 months. I went from being a video game addict to recording videos every single day without missing a single day, working on courses and with my customers and trying to be a good entrepreneur and giving value to the world. And it's just because of my anxiety. Because I choose to not let it use me. I use my anxiety to my advantage. And you can do that because you have so much energy. You have all of this energy inside of you. You're constantly overthinking. You're constantly under tension. You're constantly under pressure. Put it somewhere. And the first thing that I did was putting it to my body. That's like the easiest way that you can let your energy out. You have to let your energy out. You have to let your anxiety out. And the best way to do that is by working out. I still remember like the first time that I worked out, it felt like quite hard. And I didn't really want to do it. And I was thinking like, oh, this isn't for me. Like I'm a video gamer. I'm fat. Like working out isn't for me. I'm not healthy. I'm not that type of guy. And I just pushed through it. And after that, I felt amazing. Like all of the chemicals are shooting, like going crazy inside of my body. I'm completely like it was warm as the summer. I was completely like sweating. I'm looking through the mirror and I'm like, this is a new me. And that completely changed my life. Like just a simple act of using anxiety to my advantage, using this energy that I have to my advantage, instead of letting anxiety rule over my life. It changed everything. It changed the whole trajectory of my life. And I really want you to understand this. Like, close your eyes right now and imagine you're able to use your anxiety to your advantage and you're able to achieve things that most people don't think is possible. Because the thing is, nothing happens when you're comfortable. Nothing happens when you're comfortable. When you constantly run away from your problems and you constantly run away from your pain, you think you're comfortable, but in reality you're not. And you know the truth. You know you shouldn't be watching porn, you know you shouldn't be playing video games, you know you shouldn't be staying up late and eating junk food instead of sleeping. You know all of that. You know you shouldn't be drinking and taking drugs. You know that. But you pretend to be comfortable. You pretend to be in less pain than you actually are. Instead of facing the pain and seeing reality for what it is. Like a lot of people have to wake up. A lot of people are asleep. Like just wake up, face your fears, face your anxiety, and use your anxiety. Because the universal rule is that you can't destroy energy, you can only convert energy. And like I said, when you have anxiety, you have so much energy inside of you. I believe let's say everyone has like 100 energy points a day. I believe I have 120, I have 130, 140 because of my anxiety, because I'm constantly in this anxious state. Now, it might not be the most healthiest thing, and I maybe should check it with a doctor. But I'm using what I've got. I'm using this as fuel. 30 minutes ago, I was laying on my bed, almost having like a panic attack because of my anxiety. I got up, I did a workout, and now I'm sitting here. Energy, converting it into something good. I'm currently building assets for my future self. I'm building my skills of storytelling and speaking and charisma and whatever it might be. And before that, I was building my body. I did a 7-minute ab six-pack workout. Not much, just a bit. But the compound effect takes like a lot of time to build. And I'm at the point right now where I've reached the compound effect. Now I can clearly see the difference between people that are comfortable and me. And I don't really care about, like, I was at school today and yesterday we had like a special ceremony in Germany, so everyone had like a day off. Yesterday I didn't have to go to school. And I was speaking to classmates and they were saying, yeah, I was drinking, I was smoking weed, I was on a party, I was like up late at night, I was watching this, I was watching this, I went to the cinema, I did this, I did this, I did this. I was just like thinking, man, I woke up at 4 AM and I worked for 4 hours straight, completely in the flow state. After that I worked on my business and I saw my girlfriend. And you're out there partying, drinking. And the only reason between me and them is that I have so much pain that I want to change. Nothing happens when you're comfortable. And you have this anxiety, you're not comfortable right now. Don't lie to yourself. Don't run away from it. Face it. Feel it. Feel the pain. Feel the anxiety. Understand that you are not your anxiety. You are not your thoughts. You don't have to associate yourself or label yourself with this feeling. And you can do great things with that. Like, I'm not a religious person, but I believe that this is actually like my gift that I've got from God or whatever. Or from the universe. This is the gift that I got from the universe. I got put into this earth. And I got bullied, I had a normal childhood, then I got bullied, and since then my life changed forever. This is like my fate. My fate is to be right here and give knowledge to other people. And use anxiety to my advantage to do things that are impossible. So use your anxiety once again. And don't make the mistake of thinking that your anxiety will go away once you achieve your goals. It will not. I thought that my anxiety will go away once I become free of porn. That was actually my only motivation to get onto NoFap, was my anxiety. Because whenever I watched porn after that, I felt ashamed and anxious and empty, like this post-nut clarity, you know? And you kind of have always this dark shadow following you around. Like you go outside and you can't really look girls into the eyes, and you can't really, respect yourself because you're touching yourself and you're watching porn and you're being a little stupid bitch. I thought my anxiety will be cured once I get rid of my porn addiction. It didn't work. Then I thought, okay, maybe if I get a girlfriend and experience the love, my anxiety will go away. It didn't. Okay, maybe if I destroy my video game addiction and I do something productive with my time so I can be proud of myself, my anxiety will go away. It didn't. And now I'm sitting here and I have all of these achievements from the last 3 years where I was waking up every day in pain, but still showing up, doing the work, no matter how I felt. I know this sounds cliche, but this is just the truth. And all of these wins accumulated over time, and now I feel like the compound effect. And now I really see the difference between me and other people my age. Other people my age are right now, while I'm speaking and working, are smoking weed and drinking, or watching porn, playing video games, or watching Netflix. I haven't done that since like 2 years. Why? Because I'm uncomfortable and I'm in pain. I'm in pain. Every single second of the day. Since 8 years. Thousands of days. 100,000 of hours. In pain. No matter what I do. That is what's keeping me forward. That is what's pushing me forward. People always say, Marlon, how are you use the discipline? Marlon, how do you manage to record videos every single day? Marlon, how do you manage to work out every day? Marlon, look at your biceps, blah, 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 blah. It's just pain. And you have to understand that when you set goals, you make a contract with the universe. When you set a goal, you're demanding something of the universe. You're saying to the universe, I want this. But the universe is not going to say, yeah, I'm just going to give it to you. So what do? You go through pain. You can kind of imagine the universe like a slot machine. Like at a casino, you have like a slot machine and you cash in the chips and then you get something in return. It's the same thing. You are like the player and the universe is a slot machine. And you constantly work every single day, no matter what you feel. You build discipline, you are consistent. You're going through the pain. You experience the pain of not being where you want to be, which I'm facing every single day. The pain of not being patient, the pain of delayed gratification, and the pain of waiting for all of the actions to compound. And you go to the universe and you cash in all of this pain that you're facing every single day. And the more pain you collect, the more you can cash into the slot machine, and then you get something in return. It's literally just a game of pain. That is what life is. It's just like suffering. Nietzsche, the famous philosopher, said, life is suffering. To survive is to find meaning in the suffering. So don't try to avoid suffering. Don't try to be happy. You have the happiness already within you. The problem is we get unhappy when we chase external goals instead of looking within ourselves and trying to find happiness with what we have. Happiness appears when we remove our desires. But we don't want to remove our desires because we want to move forward. And we have an ego and we want to prove ourselves to the world. I believe I could be a lot more happier when I would drop all of my desires of building a business, helping other people, building a good looking body, trying to be respected. I think I would be a lot more happier. But my ego is preventing me from it, and my trauma is preventing this from me. If you were into Carl Jung and Jungian psychology, he had this very nice quote that basically said, the adult is made to protect the child. The adult is made to protect the child. And not in the sense that your parents are protecting you, yes, of course, as well. But you are, as you are right now, are made to protect your inner child that got traumatized or was in pain. The only motive behind every single thing that I do is just running away from pain, increasing pleasure. That's psychology 101. I got traumatized as a kid. I gave other people control over me, and I couldn't defend myself. Why did you think I started a business? The only reason why I started a business is because I have full control over what I do, when I do it, how I do it, and everything, who I work with. I have full control over everything in my life, in the terms of business. Because I never want to let go and give other people the power over me. Because when I did that, I got bullied, I got pushed around. I was laying on the ground, people were laughing at me, people were kicking at me. People were spitting to my face and pushing me in front of a driving bus. I never want that to happen again. My inner child never wants that to happen again. So literally all the goals that you have are just for you right now to protect your inner child. I don't know what happened to you, and I'm sorry for what happened to you, but you really have to understand this. I'm not trying to insult you, I'm not trying to make you demotivated or make you feel bad. I'm literally just trying to help you, and I'm trying to say that you should use what you got. And the more pain you give to the universe, the more you will be rewarded. And all of the goals that you have, like, really try to understand the deep desire behind them. Most of the goals that we have are just to run away from pain and increase pleasure. That's it. That's how we evolved as a species. Evolution is like survival of the fittest, survival of the most adaptable. That's just like running away from pain, increasing pleasure. Picking the right genes, so we have less pain and more pleasure. Right? That's why we evolved. Always finding a way to do it better, faster, smarter, with less effort. Why do you think we have the internet right now? Faster communication, less pain. More information, more pleasure. Or less pain also. Everything that you see can be broken down into increasing pain, decreasing pleasure. Decreasing pain, increasing pleasure. And that's all you're doing with your goals. And you're just trying to run away from this pain that your younger self went through. And in terms of goals with desires, that's completely fine. Like, you have to evolve, you have to move forward. That's completely fine. But we would all be a lot more happier when we just drop our desires and accept life for what it is. I believe there's like a fine line. Because to be honest, I could be happy right now, not desiring everything, like anything. Sitting on my bed, completely in peace, mindful, present. Or I could like work 12 hours a day on my business, be unsatisfied with my current situation, and work and work and work. Which is the route that I'm currently choosing. But I believe it's more about finding like a fine line between being happy with what you like, being grateful for what you have, but still remaining this hunger of achieving and desire and success and moving forward. But seeing everything that you achieve not as granted to you, or not as that you like deserve it. Like, a lot of people say you deserve success. We don't deserve anything. I don't deserve anything. You get born, you don't deserve anything. You could die a minute after you get born. A bomb drops on your head, you're dead. You don't own any, like, what are you? You don't deserve anything. You only deserve the things that you work for. But like I said, there's this fine line between always staying hungry and keep moving forward, but the thing that you achieve, not thinking that you deserve them, and seeing them as a gift from the universe. And taking everything that you have right now, seeing everything that you have as a gift. Like, you should be extremely grateful for the pain that you have. You should be extremely grateful for having the ability to just watch this video for 20 minutes, and that you don't have to work in like a 9 to 5 or slave away somewhere in Africa. And that you're living in a third world country, right now sitting probably in a warm home. You have access to the internet, you have water, you have food. Like, life is easier than ever. Life is easier than ever. But why is everyone so sad and anxious? Because they're running away from problems, they're running away from pain. They're not realizing that they have to go through pain to achieve their goals. They're not realizing that they don't deserve anything, that everything is a gift from the universe, that they should be more grateful, that they should be better human beings. They don't understand that everything that they're doing is like trying to protect their inner child. And that's just the honest like truth that you have to accept. So the summary of this video, what I'm trying to say here is, use what you've got, use your pain. Nothing happens when you're comfortable. You almost have no competition. Everyone else is comfortable and not doing anything, and you only work when you're not comfortable. Everything that you're doing has like a deeper desire. Everything. It's to run away from pain and increase your pleasure and to protect your inner child. So find out what that is and really understand yourself. You could be happy right now if you see everything that you have right now as a gift and you remove all of your desires. But if you do that, you're not evolving, and everything's made to evolve, or we as humans are made to evolve. If you stand still, if you don't have a clear direction, we get anxious. So you have to act, and you have to find this fine line between acting and moving forward and constantly working on yourself, but still thinking that you don't deserve anything, and still thinking that everything that you receive, because you're hardworking, as a gift from the universe, from God, whatever. If you want to know more about this, if you think I'm an interesting person, If you relate to what I'm saying, please click on the first link in the description right now to join my community, Cautious Movement, where you can speak with like-minded individuals. We have over 7 courses on mindset, productivity, mental health, how to turn yourself into a business, how to ace grades to dominate schools, social skills, all of that amazing, beautiful stuff. We have over 5 hours of calls every single week where you can speak to me directly. I will coach you directly and help you with your specific situation. And I also want to create a massive movement of guys who share a similar worldview to me. So please click on the subscribe button if you relate to what I'm saying. If you want to create a massive movement. And together we're stronger. And I can impact the lives of more people. Thanks for watching and please take action.